Well, hello everyone, and welcome to... Excuse me. Over here? Could... Come a bit closer? There you are. Hello. I'm Zephyria Jeste, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. This is a huge, sprawling game near and dear to my heart for many years now, but we're here for one thing specifically, and that would be none other than the Hildibrand adventures. The game's most extravagant and lengthy side quest. It's been years since I saw its earliest chapters, and I feel it would be quite fresh to go through it again. And what's more, ahead of me, there's brand new content for it that just got released. That's pretty huge. So, yeah. I think it would be a great idea to do a Let's Play, and in fact, I nearly very started one, but then it got announced that the game would be receiving a huge graphical overhaul and a new expansion, so I waited for that. And it's arrived. The game looks very pretty now, so all the better. But before we can begin, I need to give you a bit of a history lesson and primer on Final Fantasy XIV, because the earliest chapters of Hildibrand no longer exist. So, listen close as I tell you a tale. When Final Fantasy XIV first released, it was awful. It was a huge, steaming pile of chocobo dung. Everyone hated it. I can't overstate how badly it was received. Nevertheless, amidst the dung heap, there was one little nugget of gold. Hildibrand. A very humorous and memorable character who swiftly got a lot of fans, and his adventures progressed alongside main story patches, so that was pleasant. And indeed, eventually, Hildibrand's story intersected with the main story. See, an evil empire had plucked the moon from the sky. Dalamud, one of the two moons, was descending to the heavens, from the heavens, rather. Things looked dire, but Hildibrand, ever the hero eager to jump to the aid of those in need, he was last spotted rocketing up to meet the moon where it fell. And then he went missing, presumed dead. It was very sad. Poor Hildy. Nevertheless, the moon did not stop. In fact, it was revealed to be no moon at all, but a space station. I mean, a space prison housing Bahamut, the dragon god, imprisoned by the ancients long ago. Bahamut nearly destroyed the world, but was stopped by the actions of one brave individual who I will not name here. The realm was changed, and in fact, Square Enix changed the realm because they took the servers offline. They spent months, over a year, resculpting the entire game, and when it came back, the realm was reborn. And that's where our story will begin as we move forward. Hildibrand is presumed dead in this reborn world, but his assistant needs a bit of help, so yes, I think we should go pay a visit to her. Well, that's it. Let's get going. Aha! Ul'dah, that's where our journey begins, huh? Jewel of the Desert. Well, I'm quite fond of Ul'dah. It's the city I started the game in. You can choose out of 3 when you begin. And yeah, I spend a lot of time here, like in this square right here. This is my favorite spot to hang out, really. Also, I know I said it's in the desert, but please don't pay attention to the snow. There's like a holiday going on. I don't know. Anywho, where the hell am I going? Let's check the map. Oh! Yeah, okay, it's right nearby. Hello. Wymond. I seem to recall he's like a... kinda has his ear to the ground sort of character. The rise and fall of gentlemen. An old acquaintance of Wymond is at wit's end, and the businessman would have you help her. Accept. I hear you've been busy as a bee, Zephyria. Seems half the whispers what come my way relate to your comings and goings. Being the active type you are, I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? But before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildibrand? For the sake of viewers at home, let's go with a no. To hear him tell it, he was Eorzea's greatest and most famous inspector. Still, can't say I'm surprised you don't know him. To his credit, Hildibrand and his assistant had a knack for showing up when something shady was afoot. As for sussing out the culprits, well, he had his moments, though I hesitate to give him sole credit. Any road, 5 years ago he gets it in his head that he's cracked the code of Messiah's 7th verse. Dalamud, the calamity, all of it can be stopped, he says, so long as he finds the hero of prophecy. And wouldn't you know it, the hero was Hildibrand himself. So he flies off towards Dalamud. Aye, that's right, he flew. Launches himself straight into the air somehow. Ridiculous as it sounds. Of course, it's only logical that he's got to come back down, though it was only recently that we found his body. I had reason for bringing this up. Right, so Nashu, Hildibrand's erstwhile assistant, has since become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass, a bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at wit's end, I want to help. Thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of living. Zombies are most definitely not my forte. Zombies, you say? Oh shit, okay. So, if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you lent her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildibrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first. Quest accepted. Let's head right there, shall we? Thankfully, teleporting is just a few clicks away. I like to travel in style. Flying motorcycle. Hell yeah. There she is. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies. Oh, you there. Could it be? You've come to offer your services to me.
Yeah.
Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. Ahem. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector. At least that's what I'm trying to be. It's not quite as easy as he made it look. Inspector Hildibrand was a great man, a real Eorzean hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the Inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was the final case. The case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down, and he...
Oh, right, I should probably explain my character has a magic power to see memories of people and places. That's a thing.
This is all a joke. A big, funny joke, right, Inspector? Any moment now, you'll burst out of the ground and shout, "Surprise, had you fooled, eh?" And we'll laugh and laugh.
Hildibrand Manderville, beloved son.
They say no one remembers the Warriors of Light. Their names, their faces, all gone forever. But I remember you, Inspector. No, gentleman hero Hildibrand. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. So, I told myself, well, Nashu, there must be a leader, a head zombie, who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him. Again, that is.
So, yeah, I think she kept talking while I was having a flashback vision.
Unfortunately, I don't know where he is or how to find him. But now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you can try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go to where these dapper zombies were last seen in southern Thanalan, you might find them. And then you could, you could become their friend and ask to meet their leader. Yeah, that's sure to work.
Sure.
I've never tried making friends with a zombie, but I don't see why it would be hard. Just moan, groan, and pretend to be dead.
Whoa, really? I need to do a fate? Okay, I need to get there pronto. Hopefully it's up right now. Their fates are cyclical. I might have to wait for this quest. Oh, it's up and there are 12 minutes remaining. Let's head there pronto. In style. Wait, no, that cave's a dead end, I remember. Need to go up and around. Now, it's actually going to sink my level down to 50. So... okay, the zombie's asking, am I gentlemanly yet? Huh. Well, combat time. Level sync on. Wow, you're weak. Hell yeah, I'm a ninja. So, maybe I could talk a bit about the combat in this game. The side quest, the Hildibrand adventures, yeah, there's gonna be some 8-player boss fights along the way. It's gonna get exciting. So, this is a bit of a taste of what the combat's like in Final Fantasy XIV, I guess, but I'm currently synced to level 50. I only have like a fourth of my abilities at max level. That I do at max level, anywho. Well, I'm only halfway done with this fate, and there's not much else to say, so see when I finish this, I guess. You, final zombie. Give him big finish. I did it. I did the thing. And I got a curious parchment, it seems. Let's see. Written upon this map of the Sagoli Desert in a flamboyant flowing hand are the words, "A gentleman is," rather than does. I wonder who could have been giving all these zombies such gentlemanly ideas. The world may never know. Hello, Nashu. I return.
Did you find the zombies? You did? That's wonderful. I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me, you'll see. So tell me, what did you learn?
Here you go. Hand it over.
Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends. That's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Sagoli Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south, and look, there's something written here. A gentleman is rather than does? That sort of reminds me of, Well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward, to the Sagoli.
You heard the woman. Let's head straight there. I want you to know that I'm paying in-game currency to teleport around for this quest, so you better be grateful for this Let's Play. Anywho, there she is.
I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace, and when the leader shows himself, we strike.
I will go wither the wild rose blooms. That's a Final Fantasy II reference, I think. Well, let's say a gentleman is rather than does. Who summons the gentle dead men? They live, and we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Spare these two fair ladies your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more.
Up in the sky, look, it's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector.
We hear and we obey. He's so cool.
It is you! It really is you! I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildibrand.
Hildibrand? Who is this Hildibrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombiebrand, Devourer of Brains, Undead Overlord Extraordinaire. Oh my god.
What are you saying? You're not an Undead Overlord. You're a Gentleman Inspector.
Inspector, Overlord, Inspector, Overlord?
Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of yours.
Stay your hand, milady. You know not what you do. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more than likely to liquefy my...
If crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying.
See? Even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... death? Absolutely goddamn incredible. Tone set. I remember being so blindsided by this when I first played. I had no idea about Hildibrand. I went into it completely blind. I was like, what is this? Why is it so different from everything else? I suppose I should say, one of the main focuses of this quest line is that the developers use it as practice. They push their animation systems to the absolute extreme so that they might hone their skills for more serious content. And across this Let's Play, you're going to see the evolution of animation. Because, yeah, me being a current player who's at the end game, yeah, these cutscenes, as cool as they are, they feel so basic. Well, anyway, normally I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have you preferred that you found a more elegant solution.
Oh, he remembers me! Inspector Hildibrand remembers me!
Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. Yeah, flashback. He lives. Oh, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... What is this place? And for that matter, who am I? I love the instant camaraderie. Yeah, the thumbs up. Zombies love him. And now the zombies revere him. It's enough to move a man to tears. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have awoken at last.
I always knew you'd come back to us.
Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine lady be? Could she perhaps be one of my many admirers? Oh, but what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears, this dizziness? Could it be a case? Complete. The first of many. So, I think it would be prudent for me to say at this point that as we go across this side quest, it's going to take us into future expansions. And after a certain point, there will be inescapable spoilers. I will do my absolute best to warn ahead of time, and if need be, use editing to make sure accidental spoilers don't leak through this footage. But I'm going to have to very exhaustively spoil some intrinsic things about the nature of the Shadowbringers expansion, as well as Endwalker, Dawn Trail, and maybe Stormblood. So, heads up if you're cautious about Final Fantasy XIV spoilers. Just saying. Anywho, although Hildibrand will give me the next quest, in Final Fantasy XIV you can get bonus dialogue to speaking to all relevant characters around the quest giver, so I'll be sure to do that.
Amazing, isn't it? He wasn't dead. He was just badly injured and needed to hibernate. I didn't even know people could do that.
A mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildibrand from his true calling. Verily, it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby, dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. Aha! The Sagoli Desert, I'd bet my life on it. Which means Ul'dah is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator's sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildibrand shall soon deliver you from evil. And away he goes.
Which way did he go, Zephyria? Did you see? Oh dear, I've got to find him. Oh, and change my outfit, too.
Well, I guess we'll have to catch up with him. You there, good miss. Have you seen an inspector?
Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running around town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to interpret Hildibrand. I guess. Oh, right, this is the holiday music area. This is so not fitting, but oh well, that's how things played out, I guess. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander that likes to catch criminals? Think I'd remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about that goddamn duelist. My mate's pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, it's super worth it to, it's super worth it to replay this. I forget so much. I'll be honest, I did not remember the zombies, if you can believe it. Sorry lass, but if it's information you want, you'd be served best by going to Wymond. The only rumors I've heard are those about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist or so I hear, but when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... Huh. Looks like there's an arms-stealing duelist running around. Maybe... My gods, could Hildibrand's senses be true? Well, back to Wymond. He knows it all. I take it you've dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So do tell, just why were they dressing up like dandies? Wymond! Hey, Wymond! The almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear! The dead have risen, and they're walking the streets of Ul'dah. No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated.
It's true, he's not a zombie, I checked.
Aye, you do seem to be hale and healthy. Which, begs the question, how in the seven hells did you survive the fall? Why, question divine providence. What matters is that Eorzea's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did ya? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of this fellow's current whereabouts. Inconceivable! I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden what said her most... This knave assaulted a young woman as well! The audacity! I should fly to her side at... Oh, why, if it's the lady from the Segoli! A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent duelist. Capital! It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away.
Damn it, Hildy. I ain't told you the lass's name yet.
That Hildibrand. When duty calls, he will answer. For better or for worse. Wymond believes it would be best if you assisted Inspector Hildibrand with his investigation. Well, Zephyria, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weavers Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspecting, Inspector. Inspector Jeste is on the case. Now, if I were a lady named Yellow Moon, where would I be? Viewer, can you see a yellow moon? Point her out now. Yeah, alright. My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you'd ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause?
What in the world?
I swear to you here and now, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the 7 hills to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart.
What he said.
And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft?
Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Colosseum, I realized it was gone.
So the time and location of the theft are unknown, essential details without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact that fateful day's excursion to Sunsilk Tapestries.
Well, all right. What monster would steal my pure heart?
Let's find that lady's wand. Ah, Yellow Moon came along. That's neat.
Oh, I don't know. Are you sure this is going to help?
We'll see. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question?
Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist. I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of a man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse, in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled.
If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. Conspicuous crates. Now shoot.
That crate's looking at me funny.
I'll take a look at it myself. It's not every day that a crate says ellipses.
Where could my pure heart be?
Oh, same dialogue. Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember.
Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse. In shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 6 scorponses, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious.
120 ponzes! Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. which is precisely why we were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion.
There sure are a lot of giant crates in Uldal. At the Weavers Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestries, and here too.
Were there? Well, someone's more perceptive than me. Stand back. I'm on the verge of unraveling this mystery. I must be allowed to focus. Sure.
These crates are everywhere, Zephyria. I wonder what's inside. But I don't see how we can open... Oh, of course. I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun.
Detonate explosives in the middle of the city? Sure. Many cope with grief by taking up new pursuits, such as travel or exercise. Nashu chose to study explosives. Okay. Wow! Oh, gods have mercy! Alright, there's a connection with the colors, alright? At the heart of every crime rests a single, unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and man. Resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart.
Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it.
It's not what you think. We're not thieves. We're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm. And should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it. For safekeeping, nothing untoward.
You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve?
Oh, such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. Goddess? Devotees? Oh, but of course, that I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for a recent rash of weapon thefts, as... Those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile?
Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in a single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildibrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume? You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure.
You would be willing to share such precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship.
Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Huh? Where in the bloody hells do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet.
I'm detecting a running joke here. Well, yeah, they're gone. Sup? Having no other recourse, Ellie would instead tell you the identity of the victim.
I suppose since you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well.
Interesting, Miss Ellie.
I look forward to seeing how the good inspector chooses to handle this case.
I do too. Let's head there. There it is. Boy. I have like no memory of this place. I do not come up here often. Huh. Oh, hello, Humphrey. I'm Humphrey. And you are? At last I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I am told you are a victim of the marauding duelist. Me? A victim? How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself.
You mean you won? That's amazing.
Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced at Cardinal. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us, stuck in the middle with Master Lu, we were. Core, he was a dab hand with old magic, he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can...
That man is no warrior of light. Tell them, Elazar. Tell them how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own.
Liar! Scoundrel! I trusted that bastard with me father's blade, bid him to take it to a smithy for restoration, even gave him gil to pay for it. Then he comes a-crawling back, sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel. As if that man's enough to set things right. Look at me, you bleeding whore, son. Look at me. Me flowing golden locks are no more. Gone bald from the stress and heartbreak. I swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me. All right. He beat the shite out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the gil to pay for the Chirurgeon. I have no idea where he or the sword is. What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what I don't have. Unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people? Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with problems of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? And what of Elazar's flowing golden locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help the man he has wronged? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. Heart of gold, that one. Do all inspectors dress like that? Never met one before, so I don't know what to expect. That blade was a rare and ancient relic. You can't possibly think he'll recover it so easily. She has done her research, hasn't she? She knows a lot about these blades. Son of a bitch. There he is. Okay, I know this character. He doesn't have a name above his head, but my god, this little Lalafell dude is, he's Nashu's stalker, and, okay, I heard he's visible through the whole thing, but I swear to you, he only becomes an actual named character in, like, the final chapters. It's gonna be many videos, over a dozen, until we actually see him proper. So now that I know for sure that he's here, I'll keep an eye out for him. That's good.
What? 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 That's good. Antique swords? Oh, I haven't the foggiest idea about that. That traveling merchant Jojonpa is the one you ought to speak with, assuming he hasn't left.
Fair enough. Yet what drives this man to always claim his opponent's weapon? Pride? No, it must be deeper than that.
That boy should be ashamed of himself, robbing poor Elazar of his priceless family heirloom. Just goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them.
Hey, I graduated from thief. I'm a ninja now. Thank you.
It may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Elazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, what would it be so wrong?
That's an idea. Elazar's sword. Wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. Let's find this Jojonpa. Most promising lead, I would think.
I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, my wares I determine to be of dubious origins I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybone. Although I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you describe.
This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honorable man like Elazar, a well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks whilst we continue to search for the genuine article.
Well, if there is a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone.
Tut, tut. You should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie, like me. I say we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost. Makes sense.
Forgive me, I could contain myself no longer. What kind of fool parades about in an outfit like that? Was he some sort of mummer?
Yeah, he is. There's some familiar faces. It occurs to me that I am not fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many occasions my dearest mother tended my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body.
Really? Really, dude? Okay.
A thick, sticky oil collected from the underbelly of a river-dwelling salamander. Okay. You better be grateful. Ah, this comforting scent, as though I am a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. Okay, massage Hildibrand. All right. The pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. Okay. Slower. Oh gods, yes, at last. My muscles slacken and soften, the warmth spreads and the pain becomes pleasure. Sure. Right there. Yes, keep doing that, just like that, just like... Yes, now once more with feeling. Well, an inspector has to be at his best. I need an adult. Oh, never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. You as well, my good woman. Okay. All right. Anything under the muddy pebble? I got something. A useless rock. A completely useless and unremarkable rock. Come now, what were you expecting? A rock that keeps curls away? I don't know how to pronounce curls. Holy pot. So... Boy, I forgot how slow the beginning of Hildibrand is. I certainly know that it goes places later. Well, at least you didn't pick up a rock at random like some people. Oh, I feel called out. What's this now? A worthless bottle. This is not the sword you are looking for. Great. Wonderful. You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you found? Here you go, buddy. No sign of the sword Jajonpa mentioned, I see.
Ah! Now I'm all wet. What was that anyway? Huh? Did something cause you to...
Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of...
Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigations in those clothes. I'll go to Ul'dah and fetch you some new ones.
How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Elazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Elazar's woes will be no more. It's truly shocking how well that turned out. Huh. And here it seems. Alright. Wow. Here we go. I hope he likes it. As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Hi, it is her. Every chip and scratch is just as I remember. God's bless you, sir.
I never expected you would go to such lengths for two strangers without thought of a reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days.
'Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul and understands that none deserve to be forsaken.
Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I brought your change of clothing. I also brought a supply of tonic from this peddler I met in Pearl Lane.
Excellent work, Nashu. If you would just bring me that case.
Inspector? Inspector Hildibrand?
There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering?
No, it's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him.
A challenge for me! Oh, at last the curtain rises. Very well, if I am to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, accept your challenge.
He's incredible. So bold. So majestic. Just like a warrior of light.
No, a gentleman of light.
He is exceptionally something. Core, Inspector Hildibrand, you look amazing!
Hildibrand. A mysterious danger lurks in the shadows. For every gentleman of light, so too is a gentleman of darkness. This is far from the strongest of swords. Blue, blue skies and the rolling desert. How much longer must I seek the blade of legend? Well, ain't that a nice teaser for what's to come? Yeah, I think that might be the first chapter of many. Concluded. Challenge accepted, my worthy opponent. You shall not claim the blade. With my, let us call it what it is, genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, you should duel with weapons, not wits? This bridge hardly seems appropriate for such an epic battle. Next time, Inspector.
Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of remind me of, No, it's gone. Never mind.
I suppose that concludes the first chapter indeed. Well, wow, a fate appeared right here. Alright. Well, yes, I hope you've enjoyed it so far. It's certainly a nostalgia trip, man. I haven't been back in these zones for a while, and I'll be honest, I completely forgot about most of the characters. The zombies, the hair. Yeah, there's a lot. This is very enjoyable. I'm having a lot of fun. But I will say, man, I know I drummed up this series, the side quest as being lavishly produced and having high production values, but compared to what I'm used to in more recent installments that are fresher in my mind, it feels so basic. So, if you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, you're gonna love what comes in the future. I know I will. So, for now, I'm Zephyria Jeste. This has been more of the Hildibrand adventures. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.